Hello, and welcome to a new series here in the CK2 A Game of Thrones mod. And as you can see from everything in front of you, I have chosen to play as Sarnor for this new series. I had a request from one commenter who I can't recall the name of, sorry, but asked me to play Sarnor, and I thought it would be a good idea because I tend to neglect Essos quite a bit when I play the Game of Thrones mod, and I really know very little about it. Especially a place like Sarnor, I know zero about them. And so yeah, I thought it would be a good idea for a series, and very different from what we're doing with the Targaryens in the War of the Conquest series. So I'll be starting in the Fall of Sarnor bookmark back in 7974, so it's well before the Targaryens have made any move. And here you have Aerion Targaryen ruling Dragonstone. So it's going to be interesting to see whether the kings who are already in charge of the small kingdoms in Westeros hold on to power, one of them makes a grab for all of Westeros maybe, or whether the Targaryens actually get involved, or maybe they don't at all. Maybe Aerion looks to the east, or just stays completely peaceful in Dragonstone. We don't know, but I think it's going to be very interesting to find out. And I don't have any main goal planned as Sarnor. I'll look at the kind of higher titles you can form, I suppose, and look to form one of those. But it seems to me like one of my main goals is going to be to stop the Dothraki. Let's read this little excerpt here. For too long, the Tall Men of Sarnor ignored the threat posed by the Dothraki Khals, as city after city was pillaged and razed to the ground. The Tall Men hid behind their walls. Now, finally united behind High King Mazer Alexi, the Men of Sarnor prepare their final stand against the Horse Lords. So again, we start at war with the Khalasar, and it's with this one it appears, Resh Jim. We'll have to see how powerful we are compared to them. This could be a very short series, I suppose, if I got immediately defeated. So I think all my preset rules are already in, so let's get going. And come on, any day now. There we go. First things first, I'm going to lower the music in the gamma. Not the gamma, the settings. Sorry. Because I like it to be present, but definitely not as loud as it is. Just in bass. So here we are. We hold control of Sarnor. Well further east than I'm accustomed to, and a little aside the free cities. Are we a free city? No, we're a kingdom of Tall Men, the Sarnori. They're not particularly tall, it would appear. I'm a trained fighter as High King Mazer, brave, proud, authoritative, stubborn, and a charismatic negotiator. I have a wife, Sitara, brilliant steward, kind, slothful, trusting, gregarious. She could obviously get involved, her stats and whatnot, if there were some sort of regency or something. So I will immediately name her regent because she is my wife. Prince Darshan of Sarnor, 6 years old. No defining traits, he seems pretty good at diplomacy and stewardship. And my daughter, Princess Lalasa Alexi, who is a trained fighter at age 5. Pretty impressive. Ooh, there's some heavy metals music going on here for CK2. My sister Iksha's 27. Unmarried, so I'll need to get her married. Let's see my power first with men. Wow! I have quite a bit for my vassals and nothing on my own. My capital, Sarnath, is the Palace with 1,000 Rooms. It's a really cool name, but a really terrible palace. So it seems we have no direct power. It really all comes from the vassals, so if we're at threat of being overthrown, we'll probably get overthrown. And we are facing the Dothraki invasion of Sarnor, where Loso the Lame is trying to claim it. If we surrender, we lose. He takes all occupied territory and becomes High King of Sarnor. So if he didn't occupy the capital, say, we'd still be a lord under him. So I suppose the goal is to try to preserve the kingdom. If we get taken over in this war, then to try to retake the kingdom for sure. But Let's have a look at our main enemies. Harrow, Reish Ginny, skilled fighter, dutiful commander, a craven Dothraki. He's got 4,000 under him. Then you have Kano of the Krazash Zaska Kalasar, 2,700 on him. Zako of Reish Jim, pretty good warrior, 3,700 behind him. And finally, Losa the Lame, who's actually trying to claim. He controls Vice Dothrak and the Kalasar of Vice Dothrak. So it's him, and apparently all these smaller Kalasars really fighting all the Dothraki, and he's got 12,000 on his own. It's not going to be easy. So first things first, we need an ally. What is our faith? We have our own, Gods of Sarnor. 100 gods worshipped by the peoples of the Kingdom of Sarnor. Okay, will they think us complete infidels if I try to marry into them? Let's find out. Yes, okay, terrible start. We can't get married to people of R'hllor, which was going to be my first suggestion, to get maybe a Sari or a Cahor on side. Let's see if Cahor is a little more reasonable. No. Lorath, I suppose, because they're the only ones near me. No. Okay. Sarnori gods. It looks like I can only marry within my own territory and that no one will actually take. Yeah, I'm only seeing tall men here. That's terrible. That's really bad. So first let's get my sister married, Iksha. We have a couple of masters in Sarnath we can reward with the hand of my sister. And I think it'll go to the master of Rathliar. He's really close to our age. Good match, I believe. Okay, I don't know. Music got very weird. Don't know that I've ever heard those tracks, so let's take them out just before they distract me too much. And let's make my council. Sinesko, Lord Parvesh. Logesh seems good, but we'll keep Parvesh because he does have a position as a powerful vassal, and our whole military relies on vassals. High Chief Parvesh, so that seems to be a common name here. We'll retain his position. Lakshan, the King of Omber. So we have kings under myself. King of Omber, King of Sath. Yes, I'm the High King, it would appear. Okay. Okay. He can be Chief General. He'll lead some of the men. And this is where I'll break so Logesh can collect some taxes, because I do want to get as much money in the coffers as soon as possible. The King of Sath, definitely one as my spy master. Need a court physician, and we have our priest here, who will just proselytize and convert these lands, which are of the Dothraki Great Stallion, as it happens. So Prince Darshan, let's not worry about his betrothal too soon. Just my sister for now, and we'll put the aim obviously to win the war, and fighting the war will be our focus. As you'd expect. Can we invite a court physician? Let's recruit one. You have sent messengers and scouts to all directions to scour the realm for skilled physicians that would be willing to take up residence in your court. Word should reach you shortly if they manage to find a suitable candidate. Hopefully they will not bring back a quacksalver. Hope I do not have to wait long. Indeed. We can buy slaves and buy and sell it. So we are slavers, correct? Agnatic primogeniture. Okay. Slavery is legal. Okay, okay. Realm authority is very low, which isn't great. So it seems we're very much a puppet king to the kings of their own regions. King of Sath down here. Oh no, up here. Holds that whole area. Then you have the King of Omber who holds that whole area. The King of Saris holds this small area, and then it's just counts and lords and whatnot. Interesting. Set the crown focus, yes. Recruiting that, and Darshan can, he's well, and in stewardship. Keep him pride, I think. I think we're a proud man. Obviously our position seems very proud as High King of all these people with very little control. So I'll want him to be tutored by counselors and noblemen, groomed for rulership, as you'd expect from someone of his high birth. Bodyguard my sister Iksha. Sure, since she seems to be the only able person. My kings will all be given positions, obviously. King of Hornoth. I did not notice him. Where is he? King of Hornoth. Ombar? Saris. Sath. Oh, there's another king here. Of Rathliar. And there's the King of Hornoth, so there are kings of either side of the river, which is interesting. King of Rathliar, sure. Court tutor. Interesting. We'll wait till the court physician arrives and see if he's good enough for that. And the king's justice will be given to Uramesh. Seems a very cruel man. Who's going to lead our men? King of Hornoth seems good, but he's got the military focus, so he'll be my man to go forward. Now, opinion of the Kingdom of Sath would be a good bonus if we could get it, so focus there. And we'll just call all our men. Gather the men of Sarnor, because I don't know how we're going to do this. It's a lot of light cavalry we're fighting. Bodyguard. Okay, so now they've been given their little fighting traits and we can have new bodyguards. Yatavan. Wow, these are all very well suited men, actually. Is she a good fighter? She's very good. Yatavan. Burhan. You're very good. Ranak. Then these two are the worst, it would appear, but I'll have the slave as my bodyguard. The other, let's have Chinak. So we don't have any slave as our personal bodyguard. I think that's a good precaution, so they don't backstab me. May you live in harmony and contentment. I agree to your suggestion that Iksha and Master Yogesh get married. So straight away you see here, 11.2 thousand men coming for Vojor Samui. Probably butchered that, and I'm assuming then going to Sarnath, which is where we're gathering all our troops. So we'll reorganize, send all our men well back to Sath. And I'm thinking of taking these men the long road, this 500, and having them go around Assyria to save them from being destroyed by the Khalasar. Because they might be caught. Let's gather there. I'll have you go all the way around. Everyone else will go the normal way. Messenger brings you word from Sath. One of the priests residing there is willing to serve as your personal physician. Priest named Huzor is schooled in formal medicine and has served in several sick houses, though it appears as if the other priests are happy to see him go, as he is renowned for being a tad overzealous and, frankly, insane. What is the worst that could happen? We'll sign him on. Cruel, zealous man, but talented herbologist. He will not quite be our court tutor, I don't think, but he'll be a good court physician. Ranak, you can be the court tutor. Serve the court there. And we'll remove him to his position as soon as we can. New bodyguard can be chosen. Ooh, I guess two. Oh, it's because my sister got married. So she got removed from that position. Married Master Yogesh of Rathliar, so didn't even marry into one of the kings. But I think that's what our children are for. In fact, can we get more men out of Sath? Ooh, that's where my sister should have married. That's my mistake. I could marry my daughter. Alasa. There you go. Because she's not an inheritor, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And meanwhile, you appear to be the second strongest king, so your daughter would be a good match for my son. This will all serve just to get me a couple of extra levies out of them. Me live in harmony and contentment. Okay, agreed. And the other one? There you go. And, ooh, an extra 1,000. So we'll put these down. Quickly re-raise them. Oh, come on. Get them all together. But yeah, it looks like they're going right for the capital of Sarnath. I am out leading men, so they won't find me. But 11,000 strong. here is just their horde. Yeah. Tough. And they have more cavalry incoming, obviously, being Dothraki and all. This group of 500, I'll send the long way around Assaria. Assaria, sure. To meet up with our armies, but our advantage here is that we have infantry of any kind, really. They only have light cavalry, so heavy infantry will be definitely a welcomed sight for us to fight them. Your Excellency, for some time now, I've been in the employ of Chief Chanak, but now I seek a better station. I humbly request to join you in Sarnath so that I may serve you. All I ask for in return, a small recompense. He's a really good general. I might. It is a decent chunk of money, but to invest in a good general is always quite clever. Ranak is coming with me, it would appear. Udamash. I think I'll be fine, actually. I think my generals are good. And I don't think we're going to get much of a difference from a new one. I think we just need to have good strategy here, and we could win this war. Now, what do we get if we win it? They pay me money. Return stolen subjects, Eigen prestige, and all lands which are legally a part of my realm. Let's have a look. The de jure realm of Sarnor, though. Okay, so parts of Vice Dothrak should be ours. In fact, their capital, this whole little area, should be part of Sarnor. And are areas we will look to reconquer if we can defend. And then we have to take this land back from the encroaching Lorathi. Seem to be getting very handsy with our territory. History is a subject that has always fascinated you, and you have spent the last few weeks studying the campaigns of the Valyrian Freehold. There are many lessons to be learned from their conquests against the old Giscari Empire. You should devote more time to studying this. Yes, but later. Not right now. They've lost a couple of men in the siege. Palace with 1,000 rooms. Oh! For whatever reason, the actual palace itself seems to have spawned in now. And there goes 2,700 men I could have raised at some point. But at least we'll have a better garrison defending. News from the Battle of Kazai Pass, Your Excellency. Your enemy, Zako has been slain. He was killed in direct combat by the enemy commander Yazak. So this is really good news. Does this remove... It seems to remove one of the Dothraki Kalazars in entirety. So Zako of the Raish Jim was killed in combat by Yazak, a Yunkai. As they are apparently at war in a Yunkai slave raid. Huh. And it's actually removed one of the Dothraki Kalazars by killing the Khal. Zako the First, Zako the Second has succeeded and is not apparently joining this war. So we only have to worry with Kalhazo Raishchini, who is in war against us with 5,000. That's about 10,000 together with this one, and then the 11,000 of this guy. Hold on. No, okay, yeah. We're about against 25,000. We have half their men. So very good news to remove an extra 7,000 from our path without even having to get into a battle. Good news already. Not thrilled, though, that we've lost these men in a needless siege, not taking too many of their own. We have enough courtiers already. It looks like the Dothraki are moving ahead with this chunk army of 14,000, while his allies will, well, just stay away. So if we could actually lure him across the river to meet our force, I think we could beat this group. But he'll have to chase me. He wants to be named regent. An absurd proposition, not you. It seems my wife has been captured, as have my 2 kids. And there's a minus 50 war score already. Dothraki, I don't imagine, are going to be too gentle. They will ransom my kid back to me. So I'm going to ransom back my son. That's the only one I care about right now. My daughter will stay in their hands, as will my wife. I'm still making gold, but not for long, I imagine, with this fallen. Can still take out loans, though. And I can sell slaves in my camp to try to get more money. Let's try to buy Unsullied. A century for 80. Damn, they're expensive. They're quite expensive, the Unsullied, and I don't look to buy too much in bulk right now with the lack of money I'm having. Castle of Sarnath has been inherited, but Master Parvish of Sarnath died without leaving any blood relative. Let's rush here quickly. Therefore, it falls to you to sell the inheritance of Sarnath. Sarnath shall revert to the High King, tyranny 5, or his widow receives it. Let's give it to her. Nalika, she is a genius. Mistress Nalika of Sarnath. And now, you see he's moving right for me. So that's good. My son has been released to me. Don't know what's going to happen with the rest of my family, but good to see something. My mother has also been captured. It looks like they're much faster, probably because of the horses, I'd be assuming. Which isn't ideal. Because if they get across this river before we can take defensive ground, it really becomes kind of useless. So let's move these guys ahead, and if we have to, we might chunk these 500 at them across the river to slow them down. My studies and training have taught me the general tactics of flanks and center, but I can hardly master everything. Let's give myself a... direct leader thing. And leading our men, I suppose, could be us. High King of Sarnor, we are the best man for the job. And so we will do this. We will take control of our men. Flank will be led by Renak, who is a defender, so if we get defending, we'll definitely get a bonus there. And Udamesh, inspiring leader. He's aggressive, though. Ugh. But these should offset the negatives, I assume. When you get there, 3rd of the 10th moon. Who gets there first? We do. Good, good. So we will have defensive ground in Ratiliar Plains, which isn't great, but it is a river crossing to hold on to. I don't think we get better ground to defend than this, and this will almost certainly define the war, I imagine. Mazor, Renak, Udamesh. Men are well spread out. We have full morale. This is going to be it. 25th of the 10th moon. And there's the engagement. Leading their men, Jogo, son of Rovo. Not a good commander, very bad one actually. Then you have Kaloso himself leads the flank. He is a flanker, and no one on that flank. So this is the flank we quickly have to fold to have an advantage. And let's see how this... We'll slow this down a bit. See how it goes. See, that flank is quickly folding, but so is our other one, with him being a better commander and flanker. Can focus on the center. Come on. Move. Oh, we did it! We routed them. So we have routed them in the Battle of Rathliar, fighting across the field. You see an enemy soldier cut off from the others. As you get closer, you realize the enemy soldier is Kaloso Loso. We could kill him and end this war, but I don't know that we can kill him. Get back, Your Excellency. I'll handle this. You do it, Borhan. You look in horror as Borhan falls to Kaloso, crumpling to the ground, his cloak stained with blood. Kaloso slowly advances on you. It's over, Your Excellency, he says. This ends here. You kick the blood-stained cloak free of your feet and advance slowly. One mistake is all he'll get. As you and Kaloso engage, you slip up and leave an opening in your defense. A skilled warrior like the Khal needs no invitation to strike. Defend yourself. I try to hold back Kaloso, but his onslaught is unstoppable. I only slip once, but once is all he needs to effortlessly actually hurt me. And I'm dead. There's High King Mazor, killed in combat in the war. High King Darsan, who we did ransom. We did ransom. It's very important to know that we did. Ascends to the throne because the war isn't over. No, he's a king now. And we have won a great battle here, nonetheless. Despite the death of the king, the Battle of Rathliar will definitely go on in the annals of history as one of the defining battles of this war. We've captured Jogo, son of Rovo. I'll have the Dothraki scum executed for my father's death, I believe. So now with that great victory, Kaloso's armies have been crippled a little bit. Not enough, but a little bit. Do I have any other direct leaders to command our men? So let's see who's best. Lakshan, King of Umber, will be given command of the men, while Ranak and Udamesh are given the flank. And let's give you that. And you can just split a bit. There you go. So that Ranak has a good flank. We'll quickly, I think, try to retake Sarnath. Retake our lands, and then the goal is going to be to just kind of ambush these men, get them while they're off target. In fact, I'm not even going to go for Sarnath. which is probably the obvious target that they're going to keep defending. I'm going to take out these Dothraki armies one by one. Title loss on succession. Kaldako the Dragon of the North declared Kaldako's raid. Here's the Dragon of the North. The Effekvaran. We can't fight him. What does he want? Pay 60, 1 slave camp level in his capital. I might have to just surrender to him. In fact, I will, because we can't fight another Dothraki. So take your 60 gold. Take what you need from me. This is more gold than I would lose from just surrendering, so no. Just gonna let the surrender go through. Without actually fighting him. Okay, good. Vassal free relatives. What? They've made my sister a slave. Why would you do that? That is beyond me. Why you would be so stupid to do that. Didn't I betroth her to you? Guess when she got captured, that broke. Your Excellency, whilst it may be your kinsman, the law of the realm clearly dictate I do not have to give up what is rightly my property. Must refuse a request. Traitor! This bastard's got my sister as a slave, and I can do nothing about it. It would seem. Oh god, they're going to King's Hills. Let's stop here. It seems Cafo is trying to cut off our attack. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to feint down the other way. And if he does keep going that way to join up with them, then I'm meeting these 5,000 in Porbath. And if not, then they'll have to come across the river to fight me either way. Worst case scenario, I retreat to Asaria if they move back and try to follow me. In which case, I'll just go back across the river and try to hold defensive ground again. But right now, you can tell this is not going to be an easy war. They have tusks. So my grandmother, Hansha, was trampled to death by horses on the order of Kalloso. He had me in his chains for a while. And my mother... No, not my mother, that was my grandmother who became severely injured before dying, assuming. Siege of King's Hill's tribe. And they seem to be going north. Great. Brilliant. Are they locked in? 13th of the second moon, they will be. Good. We will be charging across the river, but, I mean, we're really trying to fight a kind of guerrilla warfare kind of system here, where we just attack them quickly, then retreat, fall back while they continue to siege and take whatever little land they can. Because I think this is just how it's going to have to be done. Bay of Tusks has fallen. You see them sieging more land in the north. Hopefully they'll lose significant men sieging, but you see how they're just assaulting everything. They are going to the Bay of Tusks, which is good for us, because it means they'll be away from us. 16, 17, and here's the second battle of the war, Battle of Porbath. We've caught the Dothraki Khals napping in a siege, and it seems Khal Harrow himself of this Khalasar is there. If we could kill him, it would knock off 5,000. These are all his men, so we can knock off his entire Khalasar from here. His generals are doing a great job, but we will eventually rout everyone to kind of minimal losses for ourselves, I'd say. We lost 500 men. They didn't lose too much either, but the second battle of the war, second victory, Battle of Rathliar and Battle of Porbath, have both been victories for our side. And what we'll do is we'll go here, retake Kasher, because that's just more territory they have to take. They have to take pretty much all our land if they can't beat us in battle. So as long as we keep taking back 1 or 2 provinces, they have to keep moving around and continue their sieges. So that's going to be my goal, just to kind of disrupt them and fight really a guerrilla warfare kind of system. So army isn't great. It's also a lot of light infantry, which I'm presuming slaves. And, I mean, we don't have the movement speed of the cavalry. So we gotta take what advantages we can get, and this seems to be the only one I can find right now. They're going to Fath, so they are really locking themselves in the north. I can't quite make an ambush on this 4,000 if it's near the main stack of 13,000. So I'll have to wait for them to split up and just retake provinces till then. Good, Kishore is ours, and now we'll go and retake Sarnath. A little worried, not gonna lie, that this will lock in King Darshan in Sarnath so that when they retake it, that I have a chance of capturing me again and ending the war. I'm going to hope I'll have the option to send myself into hiding, at the very least. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send myself to the guardianship of the King of Sath, King Vishruth, because Sath is our strongest kingdom, and this is probably the safest place for me right now. 10,000 men garrison. So if you could keep us behind those walls, that'd be very appreciative. Or I'd be very appreciative. We've retaken the palace with 1,000 doors. And we've retaken pretty much all the other smaller bits of the province. And here they are, sticking together to Mardosh. I don't know, they probably won't have all this supply limit, so they might lose some men to attrition. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on a kind of little offensive. Going to go take their capital. Obviously, being nomads, it doesn't mean much to them, but it might be enough to just piss them off and send a group to retake it. Still gotta try to make them split up. We are winning the war, though, now. In fact, I might be able to get a white piece at the least out of them. It's a beautiful day as you make your way down to the local harbor with a handful of servants. You'll be going on a short boat trip today, something that has you very excited. Vessel awaits at the dock, ready to take you on. This is going to be great. Ever seen this event? The little boat sails off, and you spend some time alone by the railing, staring down into the deep, murky water. Suddenly, there is shouting behind you, and the boat flounders, sending you into the cold water. You desperately try to stay afloat, but without knowing how to swim, you soon sink beneath the waves. Someone sabotaged the boat. Are you serious? Huh. So, the dynasty's over, and here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to propose to you. If you guys are interested in this Sarnor playthrough, I will definitely be posting this first episode, but my idea right now is just basically to continue with it by going through a similar set of events, taking it to this point in the war, and then assassinating him, so the first of 8th Moon, by just advancing kind of basically. And then what I'll do when he's dead is change over to a vassal character. In this case, it would probably be the King of Sath, since he seems to be the most powerful and seems to have my sister in his province. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think about that. If you think that's okay, that's fine. If you wouldn't mind that as a series, or if you would rather I just restart this so I could keep the Alexi dynasty holding. I think it might be funnier to go now into the King of Sath, maybe free the last living Alexi, his sister, or his aunt actually. Forget that my aunt was alive. So to free one of them, marry into our line, could be a possibility. They are slaves, so we could just marry them anyways. Or we could just crown our own dynasty. Obviously, there's a lot of different possibilities, but the main goal will still probably be to defend Sarnor, I'd imagine. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. And I suppose this has been the first episode of this series. Yeah, see you guys in the next one. Maybe. Goodbye.